What is up, guys? This is Team Reborn here with the deck profile. Coming at you guys with Masked Heroes. I love this deck. This deck is basically a face-up macro, just to your opponent only. The only problem with this deck is protecting Dark Law, but otherwise, this deck can OTK. This deck is consistent. This deck is good against meta. Um, I've been testing a lot, and this is the build that I'm comfortable right now with, but I will always be making changes as I go along with the format and the duels. So let's get started. So for first, I play one Summoner Monk. I don't really see the reason to play two, just because I play a lot of cards in the deck that can summon Dark Law right away. So one is good because if I play a second one, it would be clogging my hand late game. Also, sometimes I don't want to discard the only spell card in my hand. Because, all the spell cards in this deck is really important that could be used for later in the game. Just like a Forbidden Lance or a Mass Charge. Also, I play 3 Shadow Mist, of course. That's for Dark Law, you have to play 3. 2 Bubble Man. I love Bubble Man, but I wouldn't play 3 because it's clogged at 3. This Bubble Man gives me access to OTKs, access to rank 4 XEs, access to acid, blow up their whole back row. Also, I love it when they nuke the whole field and my hand, and I top deck that next turn, and I get to draw 2 free cards and summon it. I love Bubble Man. He's amazing. One Tinglefish. I saw the OCG, been using this card in the heroes, so I've tried it. I tried 3 actually. 3 was okay. It's just I really never drew it because I realized that Goblin is better because I just Rhoda it and get it. So I just won 10 Goldfish just because you never know. It's basically a 4th Goblin. Uh, one Alias. At first I wasn't playing Alias, but I decided I needed more monsters in this deck. Also, just because we don't have Shadows. Alias is a 1900 beater, and he has access to Koga, so he is good. I can search him out anytime with Shadow Mist, anytime. 3 Goblin. Just because I don't want a dead Shadow Mist in my hand, I have to play this card. 3 is perfect for me. I can always search out with Rhoda. It's so easy. Next, I got the Mass Charge. Just 1. It could be dead if you get it too early. So just 1 is okay. 3 Mass Change, of course. You have to play 3. Why wouldn't you play 3? 3 Rhoda. Everything here is a every monster in this deck is a warrior except for a Tin Goldfish and Summoner Monk. 3 Hero Lives. I love this card. No, even if you have to pay half your life points, 4,000 is a lot, but if you get Dark Law on the field, it's worth it because you could just hold him out for game. Uh, 1 E-Call, of course. I would always want to search on this deck. I don't think 3 Rhoda is enough. I think an Emergency Call is basically the 4th Rhoda. Next, 3 Forbidden Lance. I chose this over MST because Forbidden Lance protects Dark Law, protects your monsters. Also, it gives you access to beat over your monsters if they're too high. Like Dark Law is only 2400. I understand that there are a lot other cards that are really strong out there, like Trishula. So Lance just gives me more access than what MST can do. 1 Raigeki to blow up the field. 3 Call the Haunted. And 1 Oasis, just because I would always love to use it as part of an OTK also. And summoning Shadow Mist back just because you don't have Monster Reborn Call the Haunted is good too. So Shadow Mist back, he gets this effect, get Mass Change. So I would have to play this. Also, not only that, you could access to Bubble Man. You can access to Alias. You can access to anything except for your fusions. But this is you really need 4 just because you only run 11 monsters in deck. That's not really enough. So Call the Haunted basically gives me more monsters. Um, Solemn Warning, Staple Trap, Vanity, Vanity's Emptiness, Staple Trap, 3 Phoenix Chain. I just like Phoenix Chain over Breakthrough just because it stops the attack. two Mind Crush, of course, to against meta. Um, Basically every deck searches, so it's good to have Mind Crush. Two Mirror Force. I chose Mirror Force over Deep Prison because Deep Prison protects you only once, basically from one monster. Mirror Force destroys all their monsters so that they don't get to attack Dark Law anymore. One Boundless, also a staple trap for me. Next, let's go into side deck. I play 3 MST, of course, for heavy back row decks, or pendulums. 3 Maxis for decks who spam like crazy, special summon a lot, like Burning Abyss. Uh, Burning Abyss can make like 2 Dante a turn, basically. It's really easy for them. 3 Flying C for decks that spam Xyz monsters, like Burning Abyss, Satellar's. 3 Shared Ride for Necros. I don't really think it's necessary to get any other side deck cards, just because Dark Law is a macro. He could do a lot to the game already. You don't really need that much of a side deck that affects a lot. So yeah, Dark Law can pretty much beat Necros by himself, but Shared Ride is just there so I could win the game faster. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror. Um, it's basically against Satellar's, Light Horns, any rogue deck that are light. 1 card, Crush Card Virus. Just because you contribute not Dark Law, you contribute Shadow Mist. Now the extra deck, basically the extra deck, you can pretty much play any Exceed monsters you want. It's just you must have 3 Dark Law. I mean, some people play 2, like 2 is okay too, but for me, I need 3 just because of meta. Like I would always have to summon him. Sometimes 3 is enough. I want 4 because of Mass Charge can give me access to another Mass Change. Um, Mass Hero Anki. This card is actually pretty good too because when he destroys the monsters by battle, you can add a Mass Change to your hand. Also, um, I could always use Mass Change on Dark Law and summon this guy out. Um, Mass Hero Acid. This is my favorite masked hero just because it blows up back row and then all the monsters your opponent controls loses 300 attack. That is so good. I mean, I hate back row. I really do. um, Koga, he's just there just because of the alias, but I summon him once in a while. He actually does win games. He's pretty good. Um, Now for the Exceed, I play Honor Arc. He's a staple. Exiton's a staple. Castell's a staple. Abyss Dweller, also staple. Cowboy, staple. Uh, Excalibur, just because Clefort Towers is still a thing. This guy gets over it. 4,000 attack, come on. Heartland Draco. I like this card because sometimes they have 2,000 left. I can win for game. I love it. Blade Armor Ninja, also part of like an OTK, or you could win the game faster with it, basically. And then last but not least, Gaga Samurai. I kind of just threw this guy in, just because I don't know why I threw him in, because he can make a second attack, so he's kind of like a Blade Armor Ninja. So that's pretty it. I'm still testing with this deck, but for now, it looks really good actually. I've been winning a lot with this deck lately, just because of Dark Law. But that's pretty it. Um, that's it, YouTube. Team Reborn here, signing out.